Okay, this is judging information for improvised duet acting. First off, make sure you've checked in at the judges table. Round one and round two, you won't get any rubrics. Round three, you will either get rubrics or another judge from your panel will get rubrics, or they'll be in the room for you. Make sure you have rubrics for the finals before they start if you're doing finals. IDA stands for improvised duet acting. What happens is 30 minutes before they perform for you, they've gone to the gym and they've drawn, actually it's a cafeteria for us, and they've drawn and they drew three characters and they chose two, three scenarios and they chose one, three scenes, sorry, and then three situations and they chose one. And they had to put this together in a story. And then they come and perform it for you. So they should give you an introduction somewhere. They can give you a little hook presentation first and then give the introduction if they want to, or they can give it right at the beginning. But that introduction should help set things up for you so you understand what it is that you're looking for. Um, and what's about to happen in front of you. Oh, it should help you be ready. Sorry for that yawn. You should be able to tell distinctly who the characters are, like who they're playing, what the scene is that's going on, what's happening in the story. There should be an obvious climax where there's a focal point in the story. There should be a beginning, a middle, and an end to the story. The characters you should be able to follow them through. If the characters change, you should be able to obviously know, oh, right now this person is this character, and then here in a little bit they're this character. And you can tell by the way their voices change, the way their posture changes something, but they should be acting it well enough so that you know what's going on. They have 7 minutes to do this. You will only time probably, well, we're going to try to have them all three rounds, but if there isn't an actual timer present, you as a judge cannot serve as a timer. So if there isn't, you can't write on there, this was only 3 minutes long, and dock them for that. If there is an actual official timer there, you can write those kind of things. You ask them for the time, write it down and say, at a minute and a half, you really don't have enough time to give me a beginning and middle end of the story and a good climax, or to develop your characters or anything like that. You can make comments like that on there. Um, a lot of times these are funny. They do not have to be funny. They just tend to be because that's what kids come up with in 30 minutes. But they don't have to be. So don't dock them down if they're not funny, because they don't have to be funny. Um, I think that's the basic for it. Is it logical? Does it make sense? Can you follow the storyline? Do the characters play well together off each other? Are there weird pauses and there's weird flow in it? Those are things you can write about. What do you do as a judge while they're acting? It doesn't matter as long as you're the same with everybody. Don't go to sleep, obviously. But if you're going to be stone faced, be the stone faced with everybody. If you're going to be responsive and laugh, then laugh with everybody. If you're going to do a lot of writing, then write with everybody and just look up once in a while. Whatever you do, just be consistent. Don't give anybody an unfair advantage by how you respond. Um, then you're going to rank everybody, first being the best in the room, and then your lowest number will be however many there were in the room. So if you saw six, six is your lowest ranking. No one can have the same rank. So it'd have to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can't tie anybody in ranking. Then you have quality points. Quality points are used in case of a tie. And so we use them all the time. They're very important. So do a little bit of thinking about them. So if your first and second place were both amazing and you want to give them both 25s, you can. If the first place was amazing and it was the only one that was, and they got a 25, and then your second place wasn't very good at all, you can give them a 22. Okay. And then if your last place was really not good, they had no plot, they had nothing, you can give them a 17 or a 16. I wouldn't give anybody lower than a 15 just for doing it. Some people say 12. You kind of get in that range, but don't give them really, really super low. They got up there and they did it. But the main thing is you can not give someone with a lower rank higher quality points. So the quality points have to go down in order. So fifth place, if they got 18, fourth place cannot have 17. They have to have higher than 18, fourth place. So they would be maybe like 20. Does that make sense? You can't have a lower rank get a higher score than a higher rank. Hopefully that makes sense. But as long as if you look at your quality points and they go down in order from 25, say you had two 25s, 25, 25, and then you went 23, and then you went 22, and then you went 21, and then you went 20, and those all follow down the rankings, you're great. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. When you're all done, you sign your ballot. Make sure your room number is correct on all the ballots and make sure the round number is correct on all the ballots. And then take that back to the judges table and hand them to a real person at the judges table. Let them go through them, make sure everything is good, and before you go off and leave or you go to your next round to judge. Okay, thanks a lot.